You probably found this video because you've been trying to make a profit in the Forex market. And I bet if you're like most people, you're having a hard time. Maybe you have even started to wonder if it's even possible to profit in the Forex at all. Your friends and family might think you're crazy and just wasting your time. But I'm here to tell you, it's not your fault that you have struggled up till now. And there was a huge opportunity in the Forex market. You're definitely not wasting your time. You have just been the victim, along with tens of thousands of other people, of the great Forex scam. But this video is all about educating you, teaching you a bit about the Forex market so you never have to be scammed again. You see, the Forex market is still the greatest opportunity out there for the little guy. In the stock market, you need insider information to make serious profits. Real estate requires tens of thousands of dollars to get started. You can start trading options without a lot of money, but if you don't understand the complicated mathematical models behind the trade there, you're toast. But the Forex market is made for the little guy, and I'm going to let you in on a way you can exploit it and make huge profits. How big? Well, first of all, listen to what a few of my lucky beta testers had to say. 9 winning trades in a row. The smallest winner was $94, the biggest was $810. After falling for so many guru scams over the last year and a half, I feel like I'm dreaming. Please, don't wake me up. And another one. It's not breakfast yet and I'm already up $1,035.26. I can't wait to see what's for lunch and dinner. Here is what my own personal accounts have done. Now, I want to share something amazing with you. Some of the most legendary traders on Wall Street got their start as small Forex traders. There's Bruce Kovner, for example. He was a New York City taxi cab driver who had to max out his credit card to start trading Forex. You can look him up on Forbes for yourself and see that he's one of the 20 richest people in all of New York City. A billionaire, all from the Forex. Another guy named Richard Dennis started with $300 and he turned that into over $150 million. George Soros, the guy who broke the Bank of England and made $1 billion in a single day, he came to the United States as a broke Jewish refugee fleeing the Nazis. So don't let anyone tell you that Forex isn't the biggest equalizer on Wall Street. And here's why. This starts with a short story. A few years ago, I was reading a book about the elephant hunters in tribal societies in Asia. I've been trying all day to remember the name of the book, and I just can't. It was really an interesting look at their societies and how they go about tracking the elephants. And you know what? How they track the elephants actually has a lot to do with how I trade the Forex markets. You see, when the villagers initially set out to hunt the elephants, it's not always that easy to find them. They can search for days and days. But once they find the elephant tracks in the grass, it becomes pretty easy. Now they have to be careful and use a lot of skill. It is an elephant after all. But once they find the tracks in the grass, they simply follow it to the elephant. The Forex market is very similar. You see, almost all of the moves in the Forex market are caused by central banks competing with each other, or by giant hedge funds making huge bets in the market, and by large corporations trying to make sure they are not exposed to the risks of fluctuations in the price of currency markets. All of these guys are giant elephants, and just like with elephants, once you're on the trail of what the big players are doing, it's just a matter of following them and having the knowledge to not get hurt along the way. See, the great thing about the currency market is that it tends to have giant one-way trends that can be exploited for huge profits. Look at these trades I've taken in just the last few days. Once these big moves in the Forex start, it's very hard for them to do a reverse because of a lot of political and economic forces at work. For example, let's look at the Chinese. Well, the Chinese desperately want to have a weak currency. This requires them to be buying tons of US dollars, and if the US dollar became too strong, China's entire economy would collapse. And they would have riots that would make what's been happening in Europe look like child's play. Obviously, that's the last thing the Chinese communist leaders want. So, at certain times they come into the market very forcefully and will move the market significantly. Now, the United States, on the other hand, would like the Chinese currency to be a bit stronger so that it doesn't hurt American exports so much. What happens is that there's a bit of currency war going on between the two superpowers. But they tend to fire one at a time. So as long as you know what to look for, and after doing this for over a decade, I know exactly how to safely track the elephant, but stay out from under its feet and avoid getting trampled. And when you're able to do that, there are huge profits in the Forex markets. Profits that can have you living the life you've always dreamed of, paying for the vacation you've always wanted to go on, getting the respect you deserve from your friends and your family because you're making a killing in the markets. And while they are probably confused and scared by the daily moves in the Dow, working when you want because you know if you ask the boss for time off, he's going to always say yes. So look, for a limited time, I want you to join me here. Over the last several months, I've been sharing my daily Forex signals with a select group of friends I met on the Forex message boards. They get a report each morning outlaying the action I expect in the Forex market, essentially telling them where the elephant tracks are and how we're going to go about tracking down the elephant. And they get my live signals when the actual buying and selling opportunities set up. If you put your primary email address on the right, I want to send you the morning report so that you can see what we are doing each and every day in the Forex market. So go ahead, put your primary email in there, and join me as we go out and get the big ones.